Hi, I'm Marty Levinson. Welcome to the Northtown News Magazine.
Hi, I'm Marty Levinson, and welcome to the Northtown News Magazine. We cut taxes here.
Hi, I'm Marty Levinson. Welcome to the Northtown News Magazine.
Hi, I'm Marty Levinson, and I'm going to cut wasteful spending in Springfield. Springfield, here I come.
For the identity of the real Marty Levinson, please stay tuned to the Northtown News Magazine.
Come on, baby, don't you wanna go? Come on, baby, don't you wanna go? Back to that lemon light city, sweet Hope, Chicago. 224.
Hey there, I am really Marty Levinson. Don't let anybody fool you. Welcome to the Northtown News Magazine show with the greatest cameraman around, Sonny Hirsch, and your host, Avi Myers.
Thank you, Marty. Avi Myers here, Northtown Neighborhood News Magazine, a presentation of Sonny Hirsch and myself. Dial us up on the World Wide Web at www.ntnm.org. At this point, I've lost track. I don't even look every day or every week anymore, but we're nearing somewhere around 120, 125,000 shows watched on YouTube. Thank you so much. I mean, hey, first 2 months of the year we had 15,000, and then you guys are still clicking away, so thank you so much. Community policing, we're real big on that. Go to ntnm.org is our website. caps24.org. Sonny Hirsch, our entire technical crew, is the chairman of the 24th District Advisory Committee. And you can find all the meetings for the 24th District by going to caps24.org. For the rest of the city, call 311. Do your best to avoid message boards. Message boards might be very nice places to meet people and chat and all the rest of it, but for the most part, you're not going to get accurate police information. A couple of good reasons to come to the meetings is actually we're going to be having some guest speakers. The meetings have actually been running shorter because things have been pretty safe around here. We do have some new beat cops, so you can meet them. The meetings for 2412, which are Pratt to Devon and Kedzie to Ridge, take place on the fourth Wednesday, alternating between Boone School and Devon and Warren Park. And the meetings for CAPS 2413, which Sonny is the head of, are on the third Tuesdays at 7 o'clock, alternating between which park, Sonny?
Greenbrier and Emerson.
Greenbrier and Emerson Park. And for 2411, you're going to have to go to Sonny's website and look them up because they vary between Margaret Mary and the JCC, and I don't know the exact dates. Anyway, it is a pleasure to introduce a winner of the Republican primary in the 5th Congressional District, beating 2 or 3 opponents and challenging Mike Quigley in the fall election, David Ratowitz. David, how you doing?
I'm doing very well. Thank you for having me on the show again.
My pleasure, and congratulations on the win.
Thank you very much. It was a hard fight, but we won, and we're going to take it to Mr. Quigley now.
Yeah, it's going to be an interesting election. It's been, I've never seen this much action on the Republican side of life in Chicago in quite some time.
I'll tell you, there's a real youth movement in the Republican Party in Chicago, actually all throughout Cook County. Of course, north of the 5th District, you have Joel Pollack running in the 9th, and south you have the Reverend Isaac Hayes in the 2nd. We have, I know just in the 5th District alone, we have 4 very strong Republican candidates for state, representative, and Senate. 3 of them are fellow Chicago Young Republicans with me. The chairman of the Chicago GOP, Lee Rupus, is a young guy. There's just a real youth movement in the Republican Party here. There's a lot of vibrancy, a lot of excitement. One thing you probably know from my primary is I won the election with a relentless grassroots campaign. There are just a lot of motivated people, and I benefited from a lot of motivated volunteers who got out in sub-zero weather in January, knocking on doors, handing out flyers. There are a lot of exciting things happening for Republicans in Cook County in 2010.
Cool, and I want to thank Lisa Wogan, too, who's been very helpful in arranging for you to be here and keeping me in contact with what you're doing and sending me all the various press releases.
Yes, she's great. She's very good.
Let's talk about some issues.
Sure, you bet. That's my specialty.
Okay. What's important to you?
Again, the 3 most important things are jobs, jobs, and jobs. Nationally, the unemployment rate is hovering around 9.7%. Here in Chicago, we recently learned the unemployment rate is now at 11.6%. One thing about unemployment rates is if you have not been looking for a job, if you've not been employed in 6 months, in the last 6 months, you are regarded as no longer in the job pool. So the unemployment statistic only tells you what percentage of people who are in the job market are not working. It does not count people out of the job market. This recession has gone on so long that there are, most unemployed people have been unemployed for 15 to 18 months. That means most of the nation's unemployed are considered outside of the job market, are not included in that 9.7 or 11.6% unemployment rate. It is estimated that upwards of 20% of Americans are out of work. That is a number not seen since the Great Depression. And I might add, we have not seen government interference in the economy on a scale like we do currently since the Great Depression. We also have not seen government interference in the economy on this scale anywhere outside of places like France or Spain, where they have endemic double-digit unemployment. So we are unemployed people in the 5th District are the fruits of bad labor.
That's some serious. Just tell us the boundaries of the 5th District.
Roughly, real roughly,
Yeah.
it goes from Fullerton on the south to Devon on the north, from the lake out to O'Hare, and it includes those suburban communities just east and just south of O'Hare Airport. That's really rough. Like, it doesn't include Rogers Park. It does not include, there's a strip just east of the Kennedy that's not included in the 5th District.
There's definitely zigs and zags in most districts.
Yeah.
And of course, the incumbent right now is Mike Quigley.
Yes.
And one of the things, being publisher of Jewish Chicago myself, is still trying to find out, and so are a lot of other people, where he stands on Israel, because we're not hearing it from him.
Yeah, that's really surprising. The 5th District does not have as big a Jewish population as some, but it has a sizable Jewish population. And more importantly, it's 100% of the voters are American citizens. And that means that one of the biggest, most loyal allies of the United States of America for 60 plus years now has been the state of Israel. And one of the problems that the United States is facing on the international community at large is we have an administration that just seems hell-bent on betraying allies. On the 40th anniversary of the Soviet invasion of Poland and Czechoslovakia, our president chose that particular day to announce that he was ending missile defense for Poland and Czechoslovakia, two nations that stuck their neck out on a limb on our behalf. And he just betrayed them for Russia, which, of course, has no national interest in reciprocating, has not reciprocated, and doesn't care. Likewise, he insulted Great Britain, probably our closest ally since the end of World War II, and Israel. I mean, we have a president who bows down to a Saudi king, who's willing to give an just absolutely crazy Iranian president every opportunity to stab us in the back, a president who makes nice with Hugo Chavez, and yet when Israel pursues a long-standing national policy, something that is purely an internal matter, the United States blows it out of proportion and declares that one of our greatest allies has insulted us. I mean, Israel is being punished in ways that Hugo Chavez is not. That's just wrong. And where is Mike Quigley on this? This is something that, as Americans, as voters, as citizens, we deserve a congressman who takes a stand on. Even outside of any of our Jewish identity or any personal attachments we might feel to Israel, as all Americans, we suffer when nations that are kind of on the fence, like Brazil or Thailand, look to the United States and say, well, why should we throw in our lot with the United States? I mean, Israel has, and look at how they're getting treated. Where's the advantage to us? So, this is a president who's put us at risk that way, and we have a congressman who's showing no leadership, who doesn't seem to care about us in the 5th District or anything. He's just absent, AWOL.
Yeah, no, you know what? We didn't even get into your background, although we've had you on previous shows. We don't have a lot of time left either, but basically you've got a military background.
Yes, that's right. I was an Army officer. I served in the 2nd Infantry Division in Korea and the 82nd Airborne Division, 18 hours away from the most exciting place on earth. So yeah, I spent several years in the military. I know AWOL. I know the term, I should say. I just know the term. I know the term, and I know my current congressman is AWOL. Should be replaced.
Very good. If people want to contact your campaign?
They can check out our website, Ratowitzforcongress.com. That is RATOWITZFOR Congress.com. You can send me an email to info@RatowitzforCongress.com.
I want to thank you very much, David Ratowitz,
Sure.
Republican candidate for president in the 5th Congressional District, and we'll be talking to you more between now and election time.
Well, thank you, Avi.
Thank you.